What's up, gang? Welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna be getting a little serious, but we're gonna get serious over this red wig I did. It was so bomb. Only thing I didn't like is that the front started shedding bad, so I really can't wear it now. But anyway, like, just, you know, when we have one of those moments, we just get real dark and deep into our thoughts sometimes, and we just lose focus a little bit. I basically hit that spot, but this is more of a rock bottom for me, and I just want to share what it's like over here, because I feel like people misinterpret distance or communication. Like, they just misinterpret a lot. So, you know, anyway, I want to start off with some gratitude. This has been one hell of a year already, and it's only the 3rd month. We just got into March. So yeah. To start off with some gratitude, we're going to start off with being thankful for this house that has housed me and my son's heads. You may hear the neighbor's kids in the background, don't mind them. You may hear my kid in the background, don't mind him. It is nap time, and of course they're probably starting to wake up, so I will get them in just 1 second. But anywho, I'm very thankful that we're able to just, you know, fend for ourselves and things like that. I'm very grateful that my children are happy, healthy. You know, sometimes children can be happier. Just depends on their living situation, but I feel like my boys are pretty happy, and they are some great human beings. They are just so mean. I'm also grateful that we are able to go outside freely, breathe fresh air. You know, we have a nice environment over here. The weather is great most of the time, so I really like to think that we live in a nice area. I'm also grateful that I get to enjoy watching the boys grow. You know, it is tough having them at home all the time, which things will change. And it's tough on them too. I'm sure they get tired of me just as much as, you know, we get tired of each other or whatever. But I'm just grateful to watch them grow. Like, they're so beautiful. They're so handsome. They're so sweet. They're Sour Patch Kids for sure, but they're so sweet to me and to each other. I just enjoy watching them enjoy brotherhood, if that makes sense. Like, just bond and just be brothers. I actually love that. I thought I was gonna have an only child, but all the boys just fit perfect. They just, I don't know, different personalities, but they mesh well. I'm grateful that I'm able to get up every day and take care of them without any what's the word, like, limitations. Like, I have everything I need to take care of them, including arms and legs. Like, not to be funny, but that's something I'm grateful for. I know me, I'm very whiny, so I would, you know, just for things to be that much smoother, like, it's appreciated. Any little thing really is appreciated right now in this moment of my life. And I could go on and on, but I'm actually gonna go ahead and get into what's been going on with me. You know, I like to do my little venting sessions on here. They're called nail talks, if you see them in the playlist. But anyway, I just, like, I'm going through one of the roughest adulthood patches in my life. Like, you know, there's childhood trauma, then there's adulthood trauma all time. But I'm just going through one of the roughest times of my life. I feel like, because, not even roughest, because it could be worse, but that I've been through so far, it's by far the roughest, I would say, for me, especially mentally. I just feel like something is going on in my head that I can't control necessarily, and I can't control it. I gotta tell myself that I can. Just recently it's been harder to control it, rather than just taking the easier route and just letting things fall apart or giving up completely. And that sounds pretty weak of me to say, but I'm human. I be having to admit that that's what I be feeling sometimes. Other times I'm like, yeah, I can't even think about giving up. And most of the time I do say that to myself, like, you can't even think about giving up, and that's why I don't. But basically I've just been fighting that little sound in my head, or that noise in my head, the voice. I've also found myself, you know, feeling a little bitter. And bitter towards a lot of things, but mainly, I don't know, I just feel like I have to be the more responsible parent no matter what, because I am the mother, and I'm not complaining about it, but it's like I don't want to feel like I'm giving, you know, their father a break anymore, because I feel like I've done quite enough, or I feel like I've waited, you know, my time. It's just something that's kind of like, there's no limitations and no time on things, but like something has to show. There should be more pressure applied. There should be more like accountability to be taken and things like that, instead of just blaming things on me, or, you know, blaming things on other situations. Like, let's just take accountability, because I do, and if I don't, I come back and do it, and it's like I just need the physical accountability. You know, I've been called a few names, and it's just like one of those things where I'm not trying to be the bitter BM that is just jealous because you get to have fun or whatever the case may be, but it's one of those things where I just feel like I can't struggle without struggling with the boys. I can't move around without having to move around with the boys 24/7 and not getting that, you know, human natural break, whatever you want to call it, the natural break that a human needs as often. I get that maybe once or twice every like 5 months, it feels like now. And it's one of those things where I'm taking accountability for more of the situation than I would have before, because a lot of this stuff is self-inflicted. A lot of this stuff is things that I can change, you know, just about the situation. And again, that's why I said I'm bitter, because it's one of those things. I keep saying one of those things, but literally it's another thing for me to be like, well, nobody's applying pressure on the other side, and if they are, like, it doesn't matter, because if all else fails, I have to be the one to pull all the weight. And sometimes, you know, I just want to be in that relationship or situation where it's both of us pulling weight. Sometimes it'll be 80-20, sometimes it'll be 50-50, 100-100, I don't know, head really quickly, and it's either at a steady pace or it's going very slowly. And I just like, it's hard when you have 3 boys to want to keep doing the same thing. Like, you want stability, so I want to quit a lot of the times. And it's like, quitters don't know what they're missing. Like, they won't see what they're missing if they quit. It just would be hard to, you know, go up and get a remote job or anything like that, because I also do have the boys at home, so I have to find the right one, which is all excuses. Really, but I be battling myself in my head a lot, and sometimes it gets to be too much, to where like something triggers me or clicks, and I really can't get it together sometimes. It's really crazy. Sometimes I am weak, and I want to admit that. Like, I want to be able to admit that I have my weak times. They don't overpower or overcome any situation that I have, but they do scare me, because sometimes them weak spots or them weak times turn into moments where I'm contemplating like life. And as bad as that sounds, like, you know, some of us just think harder or think worse than others. Some of us overthink. Like, I don't really overthink until it's about my life. Like, I just want so much for myself, and I know it's so hard, and I'm probably battling a fight or a war that's like, if you quit, you lose. If you keep going, you will win. Like, I feel like this is the rainstorm, the thunderstorm that people talk about before you see the light. Like, it feels really heavy. And sometimes, you know, your MIA situations, your distant situations, your moody situations that go on, like, they affect the people around you, and it's like sometimes they take that personal. And honestly, it happens a lot with people who aren't, you know, who are first to think with feelings and aren't willing to think about, you know, other situations. We all do it. And I just feel like that's kind of what I go through with people at times. Like, it may not be the same people or whatever, but it's just some of the things that like happen. People start taking that too personal, and it's like, you know, as much as you know, I see how you could take it personal. It's one of those things where I wasn't thinking, or I don't think about, you know, calling people or texting people or showing up for certain, like, I don't think about it. I live my day to day so that I can feel like I'm surviving. I live my day to day so that I do survive, so that I do take care of these boys. Sometimes I'm only up and moving because of the boys. I'm only up and working because I know they need things next month, or, you know, things like that. Sometimes that's literally my life, my day to day. And when I'm not thinking, I also don't think about what I'm saying before I say it sometimes. And that sounds very immature, but at the same time, again, I feel like I'm good at communicating, but during these times, like, I get lost in my thoughts. I'm thinking about me and mine more than anything, because what we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And so I've started writing again in my journals and stuff like that. Gratitude journals, the whiny complain journals, like the venting journals, the manifestation, everything you can think of. I have to get out of my head, and until I can go see someone, you know, licensed for those type of things, like, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep pushing. And if you're in a situation like this where you're just fighting your mental or other people, find your people that you can talk to and push. Literally just push. I have nothing else to do but push. Peace and love to the gang out there. You know, summertime coming. It's coming soon, and we're gonna be happy living in that little sun, getting the glows on. I hope everybody's doing well.